So let's talk about medical debt on your credit reports. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer. I'm recording this on March 21st, and on March 18, the big three credit bureaus announced some pretty major changes with how they're going to report, if they will report, medical collection debt. So we've got Equifax, Experian, and Trans Union. And I wanted you to see the actual press release. Now, normally I don't particularly care about press releases, but this one is actually interesting. So they say that this will take out or remove almost 70% of medical collection debt. And they use this word trade lines. That's just kind of the fancy word for an account on your credit report. It could be a credit card account, a mortgage account, student loan account, car loan account, or collection account. They just call them trade lines. So they point out that 2/3 of medical debt, that really happens from sort of an unexpected event. So we're not talking about chronic illness here. And the significance of that is your credit report in this context is supposed to predict how likely it is that you will default on future debt or even current debt. Well, it makes sense if we're late on our credit card or a mortgage or a car loan, student loan. That may predict whether or not we're going to be late on other debt. But the fact that I break my arm or I get in a car wreck or have a heart attack or whatever, and then, because there's 27 different medical providers and half of them don't notify me before they turn to collection, that really doesn't impact my credit worthiness. And so they say 2 years of COVID-19 pandemic, detailed review, we're making these changes. So here's a big date, July 1st, 2022. Paid medical collection debt will no longer be included on your credit reports. And the time before unpaid medical debt would appear will go from 6 months to 1 year. Now, that still doesn't solve the problem of you go to the emergency room and there's some doctor you never saw who happened to look at some of your charts, and his office waits 18 months to bill you. Okay. But this does take care of a lot of the problems. And then this will be maybe just as important. In the first half of 2023, Equifax, Experian, and Trans Union will no longer include medical collection debt under at least $500. So it could be that they're going to set the sort of floor higher than that. In other words, maybe it has to be $700, but at least $500. And so these will be very helpful to consumers because we have clients that have perfect credit, and then there's some, argument between the doctor's office and the insurance company over billing and over codes, and suddenly your credit score drops 100 points. Or maybe you have had a lot of problems, went through a very difficult economic time, and you're on your way up, and now you get this $30 collection account for a copay, and that drops you 50 points. And so all of that is absurd. There's so many errors having to do with medical debt. And so this is a good step in the right direction. Part of this is the CFPB is looking at them. You may remember a video we put out, maybe a week or two ago, and we were talking about how the CFPB just issued a report on medical debt. And so the bureaus know this is coming. So they're trying to get out in front of it. And so whatever their motives are, it's good to see this. And we'll have to see how this actually plays out in practice. But certainly, if you have debt that you're thinking about paying, but maybe the collector will not delete it or the hospital will not yank it back from the collector, at least July 1st on your big three. Now, this doesn't apply to any other credit bureau, but Equifax, Experian, Trans Union, at least July 1st, the paid medical collection debt should not be included. So if you have paid medical collection debt that's still on there, once you hit July 1st, I would dispute that and say, hey, it's been paid. Here's a copy of my credit report showing it's been paid. And per your policy, and I'll put a link to this newsroom here. This just happens to be the TransUnion version. And, you can see this, and there'll be other places I'm sure that you can download or print. But I mean, this is their announced policy, and this will be very good. And just wanted to share this with you guys, and you have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.